Om Shanti. So, good morning. Welcome, all of you. I think it's good morning for people in India and a late good evening for people from Canada. Partic- Excuse me, particularly the West Coast. Okay. So, let's revise this Murli, 2nd Jan 79, which we have been doing yesterday. And as all of you know, it was, as Baba said in Hindi, समय को समय plaana hai to बाप समान संपन्न संपूर्ण जल्दी बनो. So we are the sort of clock of world transformation, and everyone's complete stage is the clock of world transformation. So today we'll read the second half of the Murli where Baba is sharing with the groups. As always, we know that. So let's look at this. So Baba Dada meeting various groups. There are just two groups, so we'll be finishing the Murli soon. So today you'll have a lot of time for sharing as well. So the first group, Baba says, become an embodiment of success by remaining aware of the magic mantra. Now let's see what this magic mantra is. Do you constantly remember this magic mantra? What is this magic mantra? Baba says, Baba's remembrance is the magic mantra. Through this mantra, you can attain whatever you want. See, devotees in the path of devotion chant a mantra for anything physical they want to attain. Similarly, here too, if you want to know the right way to do something, then this great mantra itself is the way. And sometimes even Baba says Maha Mantra in Hindi, Sakar Murlis. And what is this Maha Mantra? Man Mana Bhava. So this mantra is so magical that you can perform this magic, which means you can transform anything within a second. So, do you constantly remember this magic mantra or do you sometimes forget it? When you constantly remain aware of this, you will constantly succeed. So, embodiment of success is embodiment of awareness. Smriti Swarup hi Safalta Swarup banta hai, according to today's Murli. If there is this awareness only sometimes, then success too would only be sometime, not all the time. So this is the year to underline the word constantly, and that's what word Baba always loves, Sada. To have remembrance is not a very big thing. Yeah, we know that it's a very simple thing. But the great thing is to have constant remembrance, always. And as yesterday it was being discussed that what is the reason the soul, in the sharings, it was being asked, what is the reason the soul is not able to remember constantly? So again, putting it up very straightforward and bluntly, there is no shortcut. We just have to keep doing it, keep doing it. It's a practice. I have to find out ways and means and methods through which I can have this inculcation in my it becomes a habit of me to remember Baba, and that I can do only for myself. No one else can teach me how to do. Obviously, we come into knowledge, we don't know how to meditate that time. A few days, a few months, maybe you can listen to a commentary and carry on your journey that time. But we are surprised. I'll be sharing this because we have a lot of time today. So many senior sisters actually they complained. They say that many, I must say, youngsters. Again, I'm not picking up on youngsters, but nowadays, because of technology, the youngsters who come into knowledge, who are not really new, maybe into 5, 10 years as well, and all of them, when they come to Madhuban, they sit in Baba's room and they sit with earphones on. And in the earphones, we don't know what they are listening to. It could be someone's commentary, it could be some meditation music, some song, so on and so forth. So That's actually not very right, because when we are listening to someone's commentary and trying to remember Baba, and we say, "Oh wow, my 45 minutes Amrit Vela" or so on was very nice. In one way, this is what we call sadhano ke upar adhinta. We are dependent on that instrument. We are dependent on that soul's voice. That commentary, whoever senior brother or sister has done, it is his connection with Baba, and I am getting connected to that person's commentary. And then many people say, "Oh, unless I listen to a commentary, I can't connect to Baba." So that is gross dependence on other people. So that is not, I'm sorry, excuse me. So that is not the way to have constant remembrance. Constant remembrance is, I have such a beautiful relationship with Baba that he's there with me all the time, in my thoughts, in my attitude, in my words, in my behavior. So that's what they try to tell us, those sisters, that please make sure that not even in Madhuban, but anywhere when you want to do yoga, this is bachpan ke din. These are the days of childhood when you were very new to yoga, you didn't know what to speak. So that's what, and let's see in the end, if we have time, I'll cover the four stages which Baba says the way you can have remembrance, what you should be doing, and you should be doing new things all the time, but on the four bases. I'll cover those four steps once we finish the Murli today. So let's move further. So it is now the time to do this constantly, and add the word constantly, and you will constantly be an embodiment of success. As Baba said, Smriti Swarup, so Samarthi Swarup, but also Safalta Swarup, embodiment of success. Let's move to the second group or party which Baba was meeting. Baba says the way to protect yourself against any attack of Maya is to be detached from the world and loving to the Father. So Jag se nyara, Baap ka pyara. So do you, all of you, consider yourselves to have love for the Father and to be detached same time from the world? Because those who love the Father become detached from the world. It's automatic. The more and more I start getting detached, I start loving the Father. Vice versa is what Baba is saying, that more and more I start loving the Father, the worldly positions, love towards them starts fading away, and I feel detached. To the extent that you are detached, accordingly you will have love for Him. If you are not detached, you cannot be loving. So, as we said, it's intermingled, interrelated. Those who are absorbed and lost in love for Baba cannot be attracted by Maya. बाबा की याद में खोए हुए समाये हुए माया की आकर्षण नहीं हो सकती. Not a single drop of water can penetrate anything which is waterproof. Similarly, anyone who's absorbed in deep love for Baba, deep love is the word, becomes so Maya proof that Maya cannot attack them in any way. You've experienced how Baba's love is imperishable and selfless, and you have also experienced temporary love. I'm sure the Brahmins who are listening to the Murli, all of them have experience of the worldly love, which is so temporary and it's so conditional, I must say. Compared to Baba's love, that temporary love is nothing. So, do you have the stage where there is just Baba and you and no one else? Because when a third person comes between you and the Father, it means you have been separated from the Father. And it's not only a person, it could be a position. As we say in Hindi, Vyakti, Vastu, Vaibhav. So, Vyakti is a person, Vastu is my position. If I'm remembering something else, I was supposed to remember Baba, but some other position of mine, some things, some worldly matters, they come, then it's gone. Baba's, I've been separated instantly. And third is Samvaibhav, which means I'm still not satisfied that I should be given some regard, some respect. Someone should ask me as well. I should be called on the stage. I should be given a bouquet, so on and so forth. So, when no third person can come between you and the Father, you cannot be separated from the Father. Again, Baba says those who constantly remain absorbed in love for Baba are constantly successful. And I use these murlis from the BKDR Lohar side. So usually we have the blessing and the slogan. So it's a bonus. Let's read that as well. Otherwise, the official murli ends over here. So the blessing today is, may you be equal to Father Brahma and come in the first grade by following him. So a very apt blessing for today, because today's murli was becoming complete and equal, saman, and getting the time close. Samapti ko sami plana. So become equal to Father Brahma and come in the first grade by following him. So how do we do that? The explanation is, all of you children have a lot of love for Father Brahma, right? We have it. And becoming equal to him is an indication of that love. To attain this, constantly have the aim, I first. It should not be I first out of jealousy, because that causes a loss. However, when you say and practice I first in following the Father, then you also come with Baba in the first grade. Just as Brahma Baba became number one, so too those who are following him should also keep their aim of becoming number one. And those who take this initiative are number one, like Arjun. As we say in Hindi, Jo Ote So Arjun. So Jo Ote means to take this initiative, that is, in effort, I first, whereas in service, you first, which means when I'm serving, it's always you are first. I'm giving it to you, I'm donating it to you. So everyone has a chance to claim the number one. And remember, the first grade is unlimited, it is not limited, it's behad, it's not hadka. Slogan in also is related to success. In order to become an embodiment of success, serve the self by serving others at the same time. Serve the self by serving others at the same time. So let me just cover this in next few minutes. The four stages which I was telling you, to try to have this constant remembrance, because whilst we sit in meditation, sometimes it's very difficult to connect to Baba. It doesn't happen that you sit and you constantly connect, because your mind wanders here and there. So the first step Baba says is a Ruhani chit chat. So the moment you've come outside from your work or something happened at home and you're sitting in yoga, immediately you won't immediately connect. So the first step is just have a sweet spiritual chit chat. That's what Baba says, a heart to heart conversation with me. Keep telling me what's happening with you. But don't spend a lot of time in doing that, because that is not exact yoga, not accurate remembrance. Once I am a bit settled in my stage with lot of love for Baba, as today's Murli said, I start getting a bit detached. So that love for Baba helps me to detach from the surroundings. The second thing is, Baba says, try to remember the second stage would be Manan Chintan. That means churn some Murli point, churn something, whatever you wish, whether it is a Swaman which you like. Swaman is a point of self respect, or something which you have picked up from today's Murli, or maybe from yesterday's Murli, something which relates to you, something which you feel you want to experience. So that's the second stage of churning. And again, as you keep churning, your mind becomes fully absorbed in that point and it gets you more closer to Baba. That's the second step. The third step, which we move on, is once we have done this Ruhani chit chat and then the churning of Murli, it becomes easier then to become bodiless. So that's the third stage, which Baba says you go into the bodiless stage. Experience this bodiless stage every now and then, every now and then. So keep doing that then, and it becomes easier. And finally comes the fourth stage, which we call Bijrup Avastha, which means the remembrance of the seed stage. And that is accurate remembrance, whereby I am not pulled by anything outside. I am not revising any Murli point. I am not thinking of any service which I have to do today or I have done in the past. I'm not doing a spiritual chit chat. I'm only in that volcanic stage, Jwalamukhi Yoga. And mind well, it is not so easy. These people say, "Oh, I sat 10 minutes in volcanic yoga." It's not so easy to do 10 minutes. Even if you can experience a few minutes first, starting with a few seconds, go on, increase the stage. And even if you're able to do maybe 8 to 10 minutes, that's really great because you can't remain in that stage for a long time. And reminds me here that Dadi Prakashmani once was asked, Baba asked, Bachi, chart kaisa hai yaad ka? So she was very honest, and Baba gave her full marks. She said, Baba said that you're very honest, you're having a clean heart. And Baba asked her, how much did you remember me as a volcanic stage, the seed stage of remembrance? So she said, Baba, I'm so sorry, but I have to be honest. I feel it was just a few minutes, maybe 5 to max 10 minutes. And Baba said, yes, you're full pass because you're at least honest in your acceptance, that you accept you have only. I mean, when even if people sit for 45 minutes Amrit Vela, they say, wow, it was a beautiful experience. No doubt it would be each to his own, but spending time in seed stage of remembrance is accurate remembrance. What I trying to say here, the point here is that, and that can't be for a longer time. Obviously, you can work on it. You can keep your own chart as we discussed yesterday and see how much you're able to improvise on that. Okay, so I'll stop sharing the screen, and again, we'll spend a moment in silence and then you all can start sharing. We'll start sharing. Thanks.
Shanti. So, in the first point, Baba says, reminded us about the magic mantra. So, the more we can have that remembrance, right? And when we become an embodiment, right, of maintaining that awareness or staying in that awareness, and Baba says constantly, always remember that, the mantra, then you will be constantly successful, be an embodiment of success. So, yeah, the effort here is to maintain that awareness constantly. So, like Manoj Bhai rightly said, that we can remember Baba, and Baba also said in that paragraph that remembering Baba, we all remember Baba, but the consistency is the problem. So to maintain that remembrance throughout, like that's where the challenge most of us face. So just adding one more point, the soul conscious practice um, is also help us to remember Baba. Right? So the more we can stabilize in that awareness and do action, right? So like as I perform any sort of an action during the day, when I come, I can create awareness or create thought that it is the soul who's doing it using the body. And the more I practice that, that is also equal to God's remembrance, right? Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Yes, just adding a few reflections to the what Abhijit Bhai ji has just said, shared. That the it's a kind of a spiral, and the outermost layer is like a body consciousness, the role which the actor is playing. The soul is an actor playing various roles, and all these roles are defined through the false identity of the body and various relations. Now, the more we enter into the center, the core, uh, what happens is that these relations, sampark, sambandh are still there, but since the soul has graduated towards the core, progressing, the spiritual pursuit, through the spiritual pursuit, the soul is progressing towards the core, then all these relations, and they are more refined now. Now the actor is able to understand that each soul is actually playing a part, and the part is unique. It cannot be, it cannot, the two parts cannot be same. And the more we are into this consciousness, then the same souls who are playing parts around that soul, then they don't influence, they tend to influence less, and the more we go, and then the moment the soul goes to the core, that that core of the soul conscious stage, then the soul is free. Soul is free from, and soul is visualizing every other soul as a, in the, that seed stage, that particular actor is also, that soul, and he's playing, or that soul is playing some role of a character in this drama, and then soul becomes bondage free, and that is the stage where it is equal to the uh, Bap Saman stage, which Baba says, and then the time closes, and that the time comes that it is beyond time, it is beyond sound, beyond matter, and that's the stage which Baba is actually, describing as a equal to Father, timeless stage. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother. After really, as whatever groups you shared now, I know it's just a corollary to the main part of the Murli, which you said that Baba spoke about closeness and completion. The 2 points which Baba had really touched us yesterday was, I'm a special soul, see specialities. And so that, because what I need in order to bring about closeness was self-transformation. But what touched me more, which is much more personal to me, is the word magic mantra. I was brought up in all these mantras, belonging to a family where Gayatri mantra used to be really invoked every day by my father, and also being in a place where the spirituality through Swami Chinmayananda was there, I could get the benefit of this. But as Baba mentions over here about this mantra, I also link mantra to my meditation. I always feel that mantra, it's just like, a sound which is given to your thoughts. It's even the Om mantra, with which even I remember how Dadi Janki used to really repeat the word Om twice and all. It's a kind of an energy which is activated in your system. And I later understood it is nothing but an energy activated to your chakras, vibrations and all. And I took that as a preparatory step to any meditation. That's how I bringing about. So first going in sound to the mantra and then going beyond sound to the mantra. So whether it was the Om mantra or whether it was the Gayatri mantra, I always used to do now. Now after coming to the Gyan, yes, Om, I still do. I start the thing with the Om mantra where something I don't know, I think for sharing only when you sit and hear the sound and then incorporate it within you, then you can find a kind of so many realms, a physical realm, a mental realm, a spiritual, everything comes within. And especially how, for me, the source of Gayatri was how I allowed the light to really illuminate myself. So the same was what I touched upon Baba's magic mantra, Man Mana Bhava. I think just 30% or 35% I'm trying to incorporate it in meditation, because that one magic mantra, Man Mana Bhava, even though in the Gita it is so beautifully given as what do you mean by focus your mind on me, focus your thought on me, focus and not me. If you cannot focus, just remember me. Like making the yog into yad. Like you started it from a beautiful conversation stage to the Jwalamukhi stage. I think each one of us have a very beautiful way, but I really want to understand Mana Bhava. I'm still trying to understand it in the knowledgeful way, in Baba's way. But even though I know what is focus, I know it's just nothing but just going beyond sound, just Paramdham. Even though we go down and meet Brahma Baba and all, going above, that's how a training which I have undergone, going beyond sound and then enjoying that abstract form of Man Mana Bhava, focus your mind. So when the word focus comes, I always think we have been trained to think of a symbol. So if suppose you could just share the real meaning of this Mana Bhava. Madhyaji Bhava is of course future. Mana Bhava in Baba's sense, and how do I really explore it and totally understand it in my everyday meditation. Om Shanti. If you could just share, brother.
Om Shanti. I have noted the point. Take connection with Baba without someone's commentary. When we hear commentary, we will not get direct connection with Baba. It is actually their connection with Baba. Right?
Actually, yeah, for the initial stage, you can take the support, but Baiji was saying that they shouldn't be dependent on that all the time. So when you are at the initial stage, you are starting your yoga, right? Or for the first couple of years, you may try that. If
Can
you
you,
completely depend on that, right,
mm,
then
can I use music while doing meditation?
Well, so I don't want, just wanted to know, just for my knowledge, you're into Gyan since how many days or months?
Around 2 years.
Okay, fine. So, see, I told you all those three examples. All these are again stages. Firstly, I mean, it's good to listen to the senior sister or brother's commentary. That's perfectly fine. But to what level? Because so you have passed that level. You have said that already that you don't want to be dependent on that. This is the second level, then becoming dependent on having a song, and third is dependent on meditation music. Because I need to see that when that thing is, and you need to check it for yourself, each one of us, not only you, Jitna, it could be anyone. If I'm not playing that meditation music, what is my mind and intellect doing at that point of time? Am I able to connect to Baba without that meditation music? I'm fine to go. Then again, if my mind wanders, I need something to get it back, which that is a form of dependence. So now as times are coming further, we still have a lot of technology going around. The Zoom is a big technology where we are getting connected to each other, but in times to come ahead, none of this technology will work. And then what will happen to my stage of my mind? Will it be like I'll be a little bit disturbed? Oh, I don't have music, so my mind is wandering. Oh, if I, in Sakar Murli's Baba says that, my dear child, when your mind is a bit disturbed, or you are in halchal, which means a little bit of upheaval going on, something has happened, and you're not able to connect to Baba, then you can play a song. But what has happened now, the trend is everywhere. It is not, I'm not trying to question the trends at places or at centers. I'm just saying the trend now is that you start with a meditation song and you end with a meditation song. Even that is also quite okay, which in one way approximately tells you that yes, this is the time where you have started, and after 45 minutes, usually at the end, they play a song. But constantly playing songs throughout the entire meditation, and even maybe music as well, or commentary. I mean, commentary is the worst, I must say, because you should not be listening to commentaries all the time. So then it becomes dependence. So Baba says, "Abhi hame adhinta samapt karni hai." My dependence on all these sadhan, on all these gadgets has to go off, because ultimately they will prove fatal for me. They are going to die, and they are making me also going to die with me, in the sense, if I am dependent on them, then I won't be able to practice yoga at the end. Because at the end, where there is no technology, it's only silence, but not silence around. There'll be so much of upheaval happening in the atmosphere around, and the flames of destruction are there. At that point of time, nothing will work. It's only my inner connection, my silence, my stability with Baba. So I hope it answers your question.
Thank you, brother.
And I think we need to just keep practicing it again and again. It's a way to practice.
Okay, brother, one more thought.
Yeah.
It is said that group meditation is effective.
Yeah.
So I think most of the group meditation are with music or with commentaries.
Yeah. Again, so now, I mean, just to share you my experience now, it doesn't bother me. Like when I'm going to a sangathan, a gathering of meditation, it is obviously good, because there people, you get energized by the collective energy which is there in the atmosphere. So there, I mean, even if someone's meditation commentary is going on, or music is going on, or song, I do enjoy the song. I try to get connected to Baba with that song. I don't fight with myself internally. Oh, why is this music going on? Why is this commentary going on? Something like that. So I need to just, whatever is, just go with the flow. In English we say, Whatever is it, maybe someone speaking in between or someone wants to. I'll just mute Galaxy M51. Yeah. So I just have to go with the flow, enjoy every moment. If I'm in a gathering where I can't control them, I can't go and tell them, please make it silent, because not many people are used to practicing silence. But as Baba says, our stage is of silence. We have to keep doing it, and a stage will come when I'll enjoy my silence. And they say that silence speaks to you, silence rings within. In the sense there's no really speech, but you love that being in silence. So despite whatever happens outside in a gathering where I'm there in a sangathit yoga, pleasant music is going on, that's fine, I can enjoy, but I can cut off also, because I am in my company with Baba connection, because this is still good. There's music you are listening to, but further down the line, as I said, towards the fag end, when confluence age will be over, there'll be flames of destruction happening. That time there'll be no music and no sangathit yoga. I have to just be all myself, by myself. And so just go with the flow, continue what you're doing, enjoy their presence and company, but don't fight inside. Don't be so rigid in your mind. Oh, because I can't control people, I can only control my mind. Okay,
Thank you, brother.
because as Baba says, your future uh, method of service is your stage. मेरी स्थिति से सेवा होगी. So I can't be upset about things which are not happening according to my ways. So I need to just accept whatever is there. Okay, so I think it's 5.
Brother,
Yeah.
I had just asked you a little sharing. I told you there is two kind of yad. एक है दिमाग से याद, one is दिल से याद. Man Manabhava mantra gives me more of dimag ki yaad. Like that's how structured meditation, as you say. So can you say in our knowledge, like how do you practice this Man Manabhava? Because it's such a heavy, lovely word. I want to know your approach and practice of this in meditation. Om Shanti.
Yeah, so I was just going through the chat messages. So everyone has their own unique way of remembering Baba. I think what I would not agree what you said, that man mana bhava is dimag ki yaad. I don't think that is true for me. Man mana bhava is it's a Sanskrit word, man mana. That first man is addressing to my dear mind, and mana bhava is my dear mind. With a stable, focused, concentrated mind, as you said, focused, try to remember Baba. Or some people say with your mind and intellect. Focus means mind and intellect together. So my mind, if it's creating a thought, oh, I'm a peaceful soul, but my intellect is wandering, it's in New York or it's in Mumbai or it is eating a vada pav or so on and so forth, then my intellect is not going. The image which should be created in my mind is of something which is a peaceful image. It could be Paramdham, it could be some natural scene, something which is peaceful. So if my mind and intellect are getting focused at the same time, that is focus and concentration, and that itself is meditation or yad. Now, Baba is saying this dil and dimag, I would not try to dissect it so much, because if I have a relationship with Baba, a beautiful relationship, I can remember him at any point of time. I can become Manmana Bhava any point of time. So, to answer your question, Manmana Bhava is a very simple thing. I just have to remember Baba with full focus and concentration, with my mind and intellect together. As many people have mentioned in the chat box about different experiences in the sky and all that, that's perfectly fine. That's because everyone's thought process, sanskar, is so different. Everyone's subconscious is filled with so many memories of so many births, so each to his own. As far as when I sit in yoga and my stage becomes elevated, in a second I'm going towards an elevated stage. I'm able to fly, I'm able to get rid of my pulls, the magnetic pulls of the earth, which means my stage is really an elevated stage. I'm really doing Man Manabhava yoga. So I don't need to really think, oh, do I have love for Baba? Am I remembering from my dimag or dil, it's fine. And the thing is, you won't be having every day the same type of yoga, the same stage, because we know every day is so different. We have so many circumstances happening with us in our life. So how much, so just keep enjoying my yoga with Baba. Do not think so much about what is yoga. Just keep doing it. And as I told you, those 4 stages, that which this is again, it's not my, Baba has said that go through these 4 stages. If you're getting disturbed, if you're not able to connect, have some ruhani chit chat, heart to heart spiritual conversation with me. Do some churning of Murli point, then try to become bodiless in between. And then again, as you become bodiless, then you can go into the seed stage. So do this and keep doing this in cycles. And then you'll never know how 45 minutes, 1 hour is over of your meditation. So I hope that answers the query. And yeah, I'll just read some chat box sharings for people. Yeah, so actually, yeah, there are 3 things. So again, let me just not go into, people have said beautiful things. It's all, as I said, perfect what you all have written. Just enjoy your yoga, that's important. So shall we just go into, if there are no sharings, it's 5:42. So I'll share some soft music and you try to go in those 4 stages. If you feel you don't want to go, it's perfectly fine. Just enjoy your yoga, that's important. I'll just play some music.
Brother, you say about volcanic yoga or yoga in seed stage. Is it we should not have Ruh Rihan or we can have the deep connection with Baba? That means in absorbed in love, no thoughts like that, or in Baba's qualities. What it be in exactly in volcanic yoga,
So
brother?
volcanic yoga is a very powerful yoga, and it is the seed stage whereby I, the soul, am situated considering myself as the seed of everything, as Baba. Like Baba is, say, the ocean of knowledge. I am master ocean of knowledge. So seed stage only means as a seed. A seed is nothing. So I am also sitting in that nothingness stage and connected to the zero, the ocean. But I don't create any other thoughts that I am a peaceful soul, I am a knowledge, because the moment I start doing that, I move into from one thought to more thoughts. So the only thought is I am the soul, the beej roop, the seed state. That's it. And as I said, it is very difficult to practice that for a longer time. So let's move into cycles. We keep doing that. As I told you, 45 minutes, you may start first few minutes with some spiritual chit chat. If you're not able to concentrate, move on to some Murli point, which you are liked, which you have liked since morning, a few minutes on that. Then after that, the best is to go into the bodiless stage. Consider yourself detached. You're not the body, but you're the soul. Ashariri avastha. And once you're in the bodiless soul, then it is very easy to slip into the seed stage rather than going from the manthan stage and all that, remembering Baba. Because again, oh Baba, you are so good, you are so great, you are so nice, which is again spiritual chit chat, which is fine. But moving on from that stage to seed stage will not be so easy rather than moving from a bodiless stage to seed stage. So again, don't use your brain so much. Itna dimag se sochna nahi hai what is seed stage, what is seed stage. Just try to be in that seed stage for how much soever time you can and see how you feel. You'll really feel very empowered. And mind well, people who say I remained in the seed stage for half an hour, and it's just not possible. Baba says you can do it only very briefly. And as I told you, Dadi Prakashmani's story. So enjoy. I mean, the crux, the bottom line is enjoy your yoga, whatever you're doing. There is no clear cut this that this is right or this is wrong. Each to his own. Just enjoy your life journey with Baba. But that Vikram Vinash Hona, because this is what Baba has said, that Vikaram Vinash means all my sins will be absolved only in the Yatharth accurate remembrance if I'm having this seed stage. Otherwise, I'm just floating in the superficial stages of yoga, which is still good, but the accurate yoga to absolve or get rid of the sins is volcanic stage, the seed stage. Okay, so you can try to practice today as we play the music.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Manoj Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family, for joining. So we shall connect again tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, maintain the awareness of the wonderful magic mantra that Baba has given today. You all have a wonderful day ahead.